What's up, you guys? I want to welcome you back to another episode of the DaddyhoggTV podcast, man. Where we out here really trying to tell you some lives. We're talking to real life people, man, sharing real life stories of inspiration. And when I say the word inspiration, man, it's a few things that I think of, as far as, living life, going through different situations, overcoming different situations. There's a lot of ways to get that word off. But when we go into people, indirectly, this one in particular guest we got here with me today, he kind of exemplified that word in itself. He endured a lot, overcame a lot, and still overcoming, still pushing every day, man. So without further ado, I guess today, Travis Box, man, my brother.
What up, fam?
For some of y'all who may not know Travis, like I say, he endured a very interesting life, man.
Facts.
Very interesting life. So I first want to ask you, man, for the guest, what was it like growing up? Like, where did you grow up? What was it like?
Man, I grew up on the east side of Prescott, man. High Meadow, 35 to be exact. Man, hood used to stay pumping and jumping. Man, I remember as a little toddler, man, running outside in my little Pampers and all that. I see the folks out there playing b-ball and drinking and just having a good time, man.
Right.
Man, because back then it was all about love, man. It wasn't never about hate. Never about hate, man.
Definitely.
And man, just sometimes I just sit back and reminisce how I can go back to them days, man.
Right.
But yeah, man, grew up apartment 35, High Middle, Look, man, I used to follow my mom's around a lot, She used to call me her pumpkin.
Yeah.
She get up every morning, 6 o'clock, drink her coffee, smoke her cigarette, and that's how she started her day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A lot of people don't know I got a little spot right here in the top of my head, man, and that's gonna be there for life. For the simple fact, my little hot ass jumped up there and grabbed hot grease.
Mm-hmm.
Hot grease off the stove, man, and it burnt my whole head. It was all over mine and everything, but they finally treated me and got me right.
Right. Around what age you think you was messing around like that?
Man,
in that meddling, you say?
It had to be about 2, no later than 3, man.
2 or 3.
Yeah,
most definitely.
Yeah. So, but in June of '90 though, that's when life really got real for me at the age of 5.
Okay.
That's when the train hit my mom, man, and life just took a downward spiral for me, man.
Mm-hmm.
And like I say, a lot of people don't know, but I actually feel like I'm the reason my mom's gone. Everybody don't want me to feel like that, but if I wasn't playing on the track, she would probably still be here. I question God a lot, but they always say you don't question God.
Right.
So, but let me elaborate on that.
Mm-hmm.
So she had got a call about my older brother. He was fit to get arrested, so we didn't have no car, so we had to walk. So a lot of people, we walk the tracks. When we hear the train, we get off the tracks. But this particular day, the train never tooted its horn. So when we was walking, it was a train nail sticking up. My mom's had on a long dress. So maybe the train was 30, 40, maybe 50 feet away. And once the train conductor looked up and seen us walking on the track, he tooted his horn. So remind you, I'm running back and forth playing on the train track as a little kid. You know how we do.
Right.
So my mom's dress got caught in the nail. So as the train conductor get closer and closer, my mom stayed pulling. I'm steady running back and forth across the tracks. So it was about 10, maybe 12 feet. I was still running back and forth across the tracks. Finally, she grabbed me. When she grabbed me, she threw me.
Mm-hmm.
And when she threw me, that's when the train hit her. Hit her right on the head, bro. And that's when Prescott had the hospital. took her to the hospital. She was unresponsive then,
Mm-hmm.
but they end up airlifting her to Little Rock. Unfortunately, she didn't make it,
Yeah.
and so we're going through the court thing. So I end up moving with my dad and my grandma in Newtown. I'm 7, 8 now, living with them a couple years, and you know, we really wasn't up to par like all the other people and other families were. Uh, didn't have hot water, had to boil the water to take a bath, boil the water to wash your face or whatever, whatnot. Didn't have cable, didn't have cable. I always had an antenna. So at the age of 10, my daddy started getting sick, you know. So I end up going to stay with my sister for a little bit. So uh, my daddy got diagnosed with lung cancer, and he's back and forth to the hospital. So it had finally got to the point they had to end up putting him in a nursing home. And man, when I say Poe is a pencil, that's exactly what I mean. Poe is a pencil. My dad had got down to 52 pounds. I mean, you could actually go in there and see his heartbeat when you look at it. And a lot of times I didn't want to go see him like that because it wouldn't do nothing but make me cry.
Mm-hmm.
But a couple weeks later, he ended up passing. And by that time, I had turned to the streets. And when
Not to cut you off, brother, but I want to ask, man, especially not only for me, but for anybody who may be watching today. So from the age of, you say 5, losing your mother, to the age of 10, 11, going through losing your father, man, what do you say some of the things that you was able to hold on to that was able to help you push through those times? Because that's tough, you know, especially as a youth, as a child, dealing with some of those things.
man, my mind, that's the main thing, is my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't have your mind, you're gonna lose focus.
Right.
And without focus, you ain't got nothing.
Definitely.
But you know, me growing up, I was looking at friends that actually had more than I got, and it gave me motivation.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I thought about suicidal thoughts and shit, but when the time actually came for that to happen, it scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
But it was my mind, bro. I mean, I kept a peace of mind. I mean, I would wander off by myself and cry myself crazy.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just to vent. I don't like to vent to people. I don't know why.
You're an introvert.
You know, but I vented to myself.
Right.
So, I mean, from that age, man, it was just more of understanding. I understood, but I didn't understand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But as time moved on, I was able to cope with it. Well, I ain't gonna necessarily say cope with it, because I still fucks with me to this day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But from the age of 5 to 10, man, you know, I just eased my mind with like extracurricular activities: football, pee-wee football, baseball, basketball. You know,
So you was running the sports.
man, running the sports.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? But that's basically what kept me strong, man.
Okay. And then you get into your early teenage years, you know. You say, I think you was gonna speak on your friends. You say you use them in the things they had and the things they might have been doing in life as inspiration to keep you pushing as well.
Right. I mean, one of my biggest friends, and still to this day, that's my guys. That boy Hook Jr.
Yeah.
That boy Hook Jr. showed me a lot, man.
Yeah.
And still to this day, he called me. He checks up on me. make sure I'm straight and everything. That's my boy. When I moved to New Town, me and that boy there kicked it off real hard.
Yeah.
And and we had the crew was me, Hook Jr., Jesse Hardeman, aka Bo Diddley, Damian, Chad, SK, Mark Jones,
Yeah.
Bubba Dixon, Pookie Boy Prater, you know.
You naming the whole neighborhood.
You know, that was a squad, man. I
Definitely.
mean, and them was the good times, man. And them guys there helped me get through my pain. You
Right.
see what I'm saying? But it was like after my father passed, it was like, okay, you on your grown man shit now.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily grown man because that's when I turned to the streets.
Mm-hmm.
And when I turned to the streets, they brought me in. And when I say brought me in, they brought me into the adult life.
Right.
The foolishness, the fuckery, the bullshit, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Actually, you know what I'm saying? I sold my first piece of drugs when I was 11 years old, man. 11 years old.
Yeah.
And from there, it was, I wouldn't necessarily say it was up, but that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
The street showed me love then.
You felt like you had a home.
Facts,
Yeah.
facts. But when I got in the streets, you know, I turned to some other brothers, and they took me in.
Mm-hmm.
And when they took me in, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't still like the mother and father love you needed.
Right.
You needed, but they helped me through it. But I had my first son when I was 21,
Mm-hmm.
and that there like slowed me all the way down.
Definitely.
Slowed me all the way down. And then once I had him, and me and his mom split, it was fuck it.
Yeah.
Back to the streets I went.
Yeah.
And
It's like you kept tracing the same thing over and over.
take 3
and over
steps
again.
forward and get 6 back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But shit crazy, man. It's like I just wish things could be a whole lot better back then.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing's for sure, I'm gonna make sure things gonna go smooth like they are right now, my guy.
Most definitely. Most
Yes,
definitely.
sir.
So, to be, you know, an adult now, one of the things I always try to do, you know, with different guests we have on is share some knowledge to the youth, man. Like I say, coming, you know, from some of the experiences you had growing up, looking at the, you know, the 10-year-old, 11-year-old you that may be going through some of the same type of situations, childhood-wise or growing up-wise, like what advice would you have for them?
Man, first and foremost, you gotta give God your time.
Definitely.
Without God, you ain't got nothing.
Absolutely.
And surround yourself with positive people. Positive people. You have to surround yourself with positive people, because if not, you're steady gonna be like a tire in mud. You steady spinning.
Yeah, my mom always used to say it like that. She used to say, "Son, you know you are the company that you keep."
Yes,
You
sir.
know, that's some of the best advice I think I could have had growing up. You know, and as you get on, I guess into your adulthood, or we all got into adulthood. Like you say, for kids, for you, for your kids. I know for me personally, man. You know, growing up and losing my father at a young age, later on in life,
Facts.
being able to have my own children, that right there is like, you know, it gave me some of that same happiness back. You know, being
Facts.
able to see myself
Facts.
in them and experience life through them, you know, most definitely a blessing. So I'm sure, you know, for you and having your son, that's definitely something you can look forward to and be excited for every day. You know?
Oh yes, man. My 15-year-old man, he'll be 16 in January,
Mm-hmm.
breaking track records.
Yeah.
And me, everybody know I wasn't a big brother. I was slow as hell.
Yeah.
I was slow as hell. You feel me?
Right.
But my son, man, it's like it done gave me an extra push,
Mm-hmm.
an extra push.
Right.
And now I got a 15-month-old baby. He be 16 months on the 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
And man, that little boy just brings so much joy to me. Me personally, I don't see how a man can sit there and have a baby and not be in that child's life, man.
Right.
Man, cause mine give me so much joy. That what keeps me motivated to this day, man.
Definitely.
It's my children.
Definitely.
I go hard for them. I go hard every day for them to make sure they have hot water like I didn't. Make sure they have cable like I didn't. Make sure they ain't gotta grow up in the streets like I did. They ain't gonna never want for nothing as long as I'm breathing.
Right.
As long as I'm breathing, fam.
And that's what it's about, man. Being motivated, trying to change, different things, regardless of whatever situation any of us may have went through. We always can change it. I talk to people, man, on a daily basis, whether it's at work, outside of work, in life, just, in general. And a lot of times we often find the smallest things to complain about. And I mean, I'm not just saying only people do it, because I've done it, right?
Right.
And that's why, I wanted to not only have you on today, I appreciate you for coming on today to share your story, because, it's just another sign for all of us, man, that we also should be grateful for the things that we do have. Because, I mean, listening to your story, we all go through stuff, and it's like, man, I'm sitting there thinking like, damn, I thought I had it bad. You know what I mean?
Man.
This man here endured a lot, overcame a lot. It's a blessing still to be in his presence.
Man.
For sure.
Man, facts, bro.
For some of the people who don't know, though, in case you will be in or around the city of Prescott, Arkansas coming up, July. You want to drop the date on them? July the 17th, man.
Man, July 17th. Me and my boy Hook Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Block party, Newtown. Man, it's going to be crazy. I'm talking about crazy. We're going to have bouncy houses for the kids. We're going to have many vendors there.
Mm-hmm.
So you have your choice of food, domino table, spades table, live DJ. Shout out to my boy Carlos Van Hook. That's who gonna be our DJ. And man, we just gonna put on for Prescott one time, man, because the city really needs it, man. The city really needs some life to it, bro.
Right. And some togetherness. That's bringing it together.
Yes.
Most definitely.
Get everybody back together one time, man.
Yes, sir.
That's what it's about, man. So July 17th, y'all put that on your calendars, man. Y'all come to Prescott and turn up with us, man. It's gonna be lovely.
Most
I promise you.
Yep. So, with that being said, any other thing you wanna leave them with, man?
Man, like I said, man, I just want y'all to keep God first and foremost.
Yep.
Take care of your kids, man, because we leaving this world so quick, man. It seems like every time you turn on the news, you get on Facebook or whatnot, we leaving, and it's not an age limit.
Right.
It's not an age limit, and you never know when it's your time, man. So get close to your family, get close to your friends. You got enemies, man. Call them, meet up with them, squash that beef, man, because tomorrow's not promised to anybody,
right,
at all, man. And just get close with everybody that you close with, man, and get close with God.
Definitely. Well, brother, I appreciate you for being on with us.
Oh, no doubt, bro.
It's been another episode of the Daddy Hog TV podcast, y'all, and we are out. Peace.